Alright, this is just a quick video to explain the scene file that I'm going to be putting out there that you can download from Vimeo. From the description, there'll be a Dropbox link for this max file. It's called Guided Sim Example Alt V001. So I'll play it down. Basically, it's replacing that skull object with a sphere shape, skull-like. And you can see the two green boxes. Those are two different animated pieces of geometry, just two boxes that animated by hand to guide the simulation. And again, this is using two guide shapes, not one but two. You can add as many as you want in this setup, so, and they can be going different ways, right? As you can see here, one is animated going sort of backwards, pulling the debris backwards. Another one's pulling it off to the side, and you can just see how that's working, right? Pretty simply. Alright, so this is all cached, and let's just take a look at TP real quick. There we go. Alright, so I want to explain this. Basically what's going to happen in this file, you'll see turn on last. So I'm going to turn that off, because what that is your final post assignments. So if you look at it now, and I turn that off, we don't have any materials assigned to the geometry, and we don't have any shape noise, so we get all that extra detail that happens when I turn this on. So that's after everything's cached. You'll want to turn on that dynamic set, and you can see, you can open up the dynamic set and see actually what's going on in there, which is shape noise and material assignments. So if I turn that on, you'll see we'll get an update here, and we'll get some shape noise going on. Okay, so I'll turn that off. So the file as it stands, when you get it, it'll be off. Next, I just want to talk about under the main effects, you have cache level 2, and then in there you have post debris, which is turned off, and then cache level 1. Okay, so just to be clear here, I'm going to go ahead and turn off, because this is the way the file is going to come to you. It's going to have cache 02 is off, post debris is turned off, right? All of this stuff in here. And the first thing that you're going to want to do, I'll stop this, is what you'll do is you'll cache level 1. So level 1 is just basically breaking apart the guide sim. Happens in cache 01. Okay, and that's just a way for you to get the guides to do what you want and add a little bit of debris that's birthing and dying. So it's a way to get some extra debris in there without actually having to do much. And you can see that right now. So what you'll want to do is you'll want to cache that out. This way you'll have one level of cache to start with, and from there you'll turn on the post debris, and then you'll cache that out, and then what you'll get is more detailed debris falling and actually dynamically hitting the ground and piling up and all that. And the reason for it is because that first section, if I zoom in here, is a bunch of tiny boxes that eventually, these little tiny cubes that are in there for first little bit of debris, those die out, and then in this secondary cache here, we get these pieces of debris that have some edges to them that are kind of, you know, busted up and sort of looking like little cracked fragments and such. Okay, so that's the idea behind it. So if I turn that off, you'll see what we have is stop the cache. Basically, you'll have a bunch of, you know, tiny boxes that you'll get first, and after you have that cached, then and only then you'll turn on the post debris, this dynamic set. And when you turn on that dynamic set, what that's going to allow you to do is again feed that cache upstream, and now what we'll get is this larger debris chunk that you see here, working on this. That'll happen during that dynamic set, and you'll cache that. So then you'll cache this one like I did here. Play that down. So you'll want to cache 01 first. That's where all the magic really happens that you saw in the tutorial on the guided simulation. So that's all in here. And then once you have that cached, again, like I said, you'll then turn on the post debris and cache level 2. Once you have that all working and you have those two dynamic sets cached, then you can turn on this dynamic set last, and that will turn on your shape debris and everything else that you have going on there. So that's pretty much it. So like I said, this is the exact thing that I used for the skull example that's posted on Vimeo. And again, same thing that is used in the dynamics tutorial that I kind of cover the setup and how it works. So again, what I'll do is I'll turn off the cache here, and you'll see that cache level 1 is the first thing that you'll want to take a look at, which is the guided sim setup, which that has the two boxes that's pulling the sphere apart and doing the brunt of the work in this simulation. So everything that you want to adjust and stuff would be inside of this dynamic set. And then from there, then it just, if you want to have an extra level of debris and such, you would turn on, after this level 1 is cached out, written a disk, then you would turn this dynamic set on and cache level 2. And like I said, then turn this dynamic set on last. So that's it. So this is the file that I'm posting online under this description here, and you can have a look at how this is done. Thanks.